Extraction, but fine.
And I was going to say Far Cry. I thought that would have been a shoe, right? I didn't see that one coming, but
Ok, donc la dernière conférence de la journée, enfin journée, soirée, prenez ça comme vous voulez. Puis après il y a Steam, mais Steam je sais pas trop comment ils vont gérer leur truc Steam cette année. L'année dernière ça se passait sur dans la boutique Steam et c'était pas fou, c'était voilà quoi.
Aching for more information on, right? Still just getting that sizzle teaser. It's like, okay, let's a little bit. I know, right?
Just a little taste, but definitely in for that one. I mean, the cast alone, Will Arnett, Wanda Sykes, Adam Sandberg, I'm like...
Ashley Burke.
Andy,
Put some respect on the name, all right?
I was Ashley Burke. I don't know why I just said Adam.
I think you're thinking Sandler.
I didn't think you.
Sandberg
I was like,
will be really mad about that. So
sorry,
everybody. Send it to Andy Sandberg.
Send it to Andy's people.
Next up for discussion is Xbox and Bethesda, and the award for most anticipated game for Xbox or Bethesda is Golden Boy.
Halo Infinite. Yes.
D'accord, donc le jeu qu'ils ont. Ok. Halo Infinite. Ok. Franchement, Halo Infinite, moi en tant que fan de Halo, Halo Infinite, quoi. J'aimerais en voir beaucoup plus, quoi, tu vois. J'aimerais jouer au jeu. Après, c'est un peu biaisé parce qu'il y a Bethesda dans le lot et puis bah, ils retiennent pas un jeu Bethesda. Ah, c'est pas fou quand même, hein. Pas un coup. Marvel Guardians of the Galaxy. Ouais, non. Ouais, je comprends ce que tu veux dire, rigole, mais c'est des awards de prévision, quoi.
It's a different kind of game. It's an IP maybe you don't connect with, maybe you don't get involved. Putting Marvel in front of that, I think, is really going to boost their profile and show the world what they can do the same way Insomniac did with Spider-Man.
It was such a great presentation, too. I mean, we got such an inside look at the game and saw the mechanics and just how the characters look, and the funny lines delivered, so I'm excited for that one.
Of course.
Yep.
The PC gaming show was a lot of fun and brought us so many looks at an array of cool games on the horizon. But the award for most anticipated game of their presentation goes to Songs of Conquest.
Okay, interesting one.
Okay.
Oh yes, this one was actually really nice.
I mean, look at the art style right there, right?
Okay. C'est pas un jeu qui m'avait marqué, mais ok. Et c'est là que c'est un que je n'ai même pas présenté. Passe par les billes. J'avoue, mais là c'est vraiment les jeux qui ont été montrés pendant les conférences. Quoi. Donc là il n'y a pas de doute, tu vois. Mais c'est des jeux qu'on n'a pas, c'est des prévisions, donc du coup, ouais, c'est ouais. Voilà quoi.
Future Games wasn't to be outdone with a list of titles to catch our eyes, and the award for most anticipated game goes to.
Et quand tu sais que Jeux.com a participé au vote, Immortalité, ok. Quand tu sais qu'il y a Jeux.com qui a participé au vote, par mode bon, ok.
The music got me, and it was just the mystery of this one. So I definitely want to see more.
Sure. Well, I mean, coming off the success of Telling Lies, right? A game that relies on video footage, right? Getting into it. Her story, the game before that, they really established this from Sam, right? Going in, what's the story? You being the detective, figuring it all out, immediately shot to the top of my list as well.
Yeah.
Okay, I won't cheat anymore.
Thank you. Don't. And Golden Boy, don't you either. All right?
Promise.
And television knocked our socks off with a family-friendly console reveal, and the most anticipated game from that presentation is Asteroids.
Simple, baby.
A classic, right? Yeah.
Can't be mad about that, dude.
Yeah.
Ouais.
Yeah, but that was just like their work.
Intervision Game, j'ai pas suivi cette conférence. Asteroid, j'ai pas suivi cette conférence. J'avoue que j'ai pas compris. J'ai complètement zappé qu'il y avait cette conférence et c'est pas.
When it comes to indies, there are so many great indie titles to choose from, and they all show us that there's really no gap between small games and AAA games in 2021. The award for most anticipated indie game goes to Falling Frontier.
Oh, yeah.
This one got you too? This is on your radar?
Yeah, this one
Okay.
looks really good. I mean, well, for one, anything with a space.
Ouais,
you know,
je me souviens de ce jeu,
Angles with it, always
ça
going to be a
m'intéressait pas
winner
du
for
tout.
me. And I believe this is the one that was like more of that strategic type of atmosphere that it presented. So I actually really
Ouais,
like the game.
Cyberpunk,
And again, you know,
ouais.
the Indie Game Showcase
Tout le monde
is
était là en
very
mode
competitive.
waouh,
Yeah.
Cyberpunk et
Great
tout,
game
et
shown.
puis bah
Congratulations
voilà.
to them.
And I think of, the indie scene
Ah, voilà.
was so much beyond the showcase, right? Where there were so many different
Et que comme là, tu vois, je suis en train de faire j'ai fait le début de
GameSpot
Cyberpunk,
today, like, they had so many great things.
je trouve ça pas trop mauvais, tu vois, c'est pas mal.
Speaking of
Pas
competitive
mal,
right
et,
away, Freedom Games established themselves again as a dev that makes
j'ai passé pas mal,
games that are fun.
j'ai eu pas mal de
And the
patchs
most
entre deux, tu
anticipated
vois,
one
mais
from their announcement
et de
goes
correction de
to
bugs, mais
Airborne Kingdom. This is the first one I will argue about.
Okay.
What? Who
yeah.
Airborne
who did
Kingdom.
not
I
say-
was like,
Come on. It's a great game. I'm not
It
knocking
looks
it.
awesome.
To
It
the
does
rescue.
look really
no love
good.
for To the
Freedom
Or
Games.
Cafe Manager.
Exactly. It had
So
too many good games.
There was
Too
too
many
many.
good games.
Bonne nuit à toi,
For
Rugon.
all of us,
Bien.
for our media friends, I think, Freedom
Moi, je termine
Games
ça,
was
puis
like
après,
a
je
star of the show for
vais
us.
enfin, je fais les vidéos
So
pour
many great
YouTube
games
pour
from
demain,
that
puis après,
group.
je vais me
I'm
coucher.
so excited to see what they're going to be bringing in the future, because now that they're on the map, I'm sure more people are going to be paying attention.
100%, yeah, and I think their presentation was so good at putting developers as people front and center.
Yeah.
This is who we are. We're a small team. This is what we're
Goes
doing
to
and why
show
we're
how
doing it.
passionate we are that we were like, there's so many games, you know,
True.
so it was
Yeah,
awesome.
Yeah,
Good job,
showing their
Freedom
story
Games.
to create the story. I loved it.
Exactly. All right, Capcom is no stranger to anticipated games in their library, and after Monday's presentation, the panel voted the most anticipated game is The Great Ace Attorney. Two great Japanese Phoenix Wright
I
games
thought your
coming here.
Monstie was gonna get this
You know,
one.
I thought the Monstie would too, but
I
I
was
think...
ready to say Monstie stories too as well.
I'm glad
Monstie,
we're
you
getting
said
it
the
in here.
hashtag.
Monsties. I did.
This game
I
looks
did.
great though. I
Of
can't
course
take
it
away.
does. Are you kidding me? Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Phoenix Wright already has such a passionate audience. To finally get these games over from Japan, to go back in time, see the lineage of it, be in merry old England. Oi, governor. I mean, come on.
Yeah, and Herlock Sholmes,
Yes, exactly.
best name ever. So that's a winner.
love it,
That's a
love
winner.
Good job, Capcom. Now, Nintendo opened up the final day today, dropping a few gems, but the award for most anticipated announcement had to go to Breath of the Wild 2. Come on, Legend of Zelda,
Easy.
Breath of the Wild 2,
This is
Nintendo
so
game.
Metroid was great.
Oh, Metroid
but
was
I know people are
really
going to fight me
good.
on that
Okay.
one. I'm just
Yeah.
excited for Metroid. Sorry, don't mind me.
Are you excited for Breath of the Wild 2, though?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes,
Yes.
I am. Obviously, Nintendo showed a lot of awesome stuff. Breath of the Wild 2, though, we were hoping we were going to get it. We got a lot more than what I was anticipating.
Me too.
And this is going to be a special one.
Yeah, of course, targeting 2022. I love how honest they're being of like, we're targeting 2022. Like, there's a lot that goes into this game. A lot could happen, and we are, as we talked about multiple times throughout this entire show, coming off of a global pandemic.
Yes.
So it's a miracle
Yeah.
we're getting any games, let alone the fact that we're seeing Nintendo be transparent about it, let alone the rest of their lineup, including Advance Wars, don't forget.
Oh my goodness! I just want to get my hand on that flamethrower gauntlet thingy and just.
Of course. Yeah, yeah.
You know, okay.
You don't have rage.
Me and the
A little
violence.
concerned. This is my friend. This is my
We
friend.
got to see some great things from Eureka Studio. The award for most anticipated game from them is Loop Mancer.
Yes. This one came out of the gate fast, and I think a lot of people were just like,
Okay.
visually stunning.
Yeah.
Side scroller, got a lot of action in there. I'm keeping this one on my radar for sure.
This trailer just hit all the check marks. Like you said, animation, the music, protagonist looks amazing. Look
Production
at this
value.
villain.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, 100%. So not surprised by that at all.
Yeah.
All right, guys. The appetizers are out of the way. It's time for the big ones. We had a number of great presentations over the last 4 days, making this award a very difficult one to choose. But someone had to, and our panel voted. The best presentation of E3 this year was Xbox and Bethesda's showcase.
Allez, c'est best présentation Xbox et Bethesda.
It's all gas, it's Todd Howard, it's
Ok.
Starfield,
Oh,
all the
c'est
way
pas-
through
c'est
our
pas
games
étonnant.
and saying, hey, bite me. Like, you know what I mean? And in between a million different games, what was it? It was more than 30 games with 27 of them coming to Game Pass. I might be getting the numbers wrong.
Ridiculous.
But
Yeah.
the overwhelming majority being Game Pass day and day.
And I just wanted to point out that there was a lot of predictions going into this. I had thought that we were going to get Halo Infinite first, get that out of the way, and then we'll close out with Starfield. That's what I was hoping.
Yeah.
But the fact that Xbox was like, nope, Bethesda, you're going to open and close the show. You're going to give us all the good stuff. Like, I really feel good about this, the future here for Bethesda as a huge Bethesda fan. And yeah, man, this was a great showing. Lots of great games.
I was going to comment on the structure as well. I just thought when they started with Starfield, I was like, ooh, okay, bold choice, you know? And then they had Halo Infinite in the middle, and it was just perfection, everything that I wanted. And then wrapping it up with vampires, I was just like, okay, they nailed it for me. So yeah.
And to put a bow on it, you know, leading into it, they talked about there will be a clear delineation between Xbox and Bethesda, which I for sure thought it was going to be, whatever, half Xbox, and then now let's turn it to our friends at Bethesda.
Could have been easily like
and
that.
instead, they delineated by saying, hey, I'm Todd Howard from Bethesda. Hey, I'm Pete Hines from Bethesda. Hey, I'm Phil from Xbox. And they shook it up that way so you knew what you were getting and how this whole ecosystem was going to work. That's impressive.
Yeah, I felt like the timing was perfect, and they delivered on every single title as much as I wanted. I didn't feel like, oh, I want more.
Yeah.
Whoa, okay, I'm getting a waterfall of info here, you know, so props to y'all.
Great stuff. But there can be only winner for the most anticipated game overall. A tough decision, I'm sure, amongst our media panel, but they decided to give the most anticipated game of 2021 to I was going to see what they wanted. It's Forza Horizon 5.
Forza
Wow.
5.
Most anticipated game
Ok.
overall.
Forza 5, c'était vraiment fou. Hein. Forza 5, c'était vraiment fou, hein, pour le coup.
Where the votes got broken, where it was that a whole bunch of people went for Breath of the Wild and a whole bunch of people went the other direction for Halo or for whatever, and then here you go.
Well, also remember too, this is 2021, so perhaps the panel was also looking at what games are going to be coming out this year. Forza, obviously, always a winner. Every Forza Horizon game has been brilliant, so this is not a shocker to me because these games are great. Visually speaking, as well, ridiculous. Like the whole time we're like, is that a picture? Or no, that's the game. And they knew it, and they kept doing it, and it worked every single time. Brilliant.
Yeah, I think I was telling Golden Boy earlier that I'm a very awful driver, and so I love games like this because then I can just like drive in these beautiful landscapes and incredibly expensive cars and, you know, not damage anything.
Yeah, of course, it doesn't cost you anything. That's the best part.
I love these racing games.
Remind me never to get in car with Jackie.
Stay away from riding with Jackie.
That was a shocking winner, though.
It was, but one of the reasons I think it's shocking, but one of the reasons it's really cool is what you said, right? Is that year in, year out, Forza Horizon is great. It's amazing, right?
Yeah.
And so usually when you have something like that, what happens? Oh, you start to take it for granted. Oh, that's going to be awesome no matter what. I'm excited by the bells and whistles. I'm excited for the brand new thing. And then here you are. Everybody understands.
Well deserved. Well deserved.
Believe it or not, ladies and gentlemen, that's it for this year's coverage of E3, everyone. A huge thank you to our friends at Binge and iHeartRadio, the #1 podcasting platform in the United States. Of course, thank you to our entire media crew, the team at IGN, and all the developers over the last 4 days. I will leave you with one final message. We will see you all back here in person, live from Los Angeles in 2022. Thank you, everybody.
Et c'est terminé.